All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me get people on here. Assalamu alaikum. No. I need you to unmute.
Back there? No?
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
All right. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a computer problem. Good old Wi-Fi. How's everybody?
Alhamdulillah.
See smiling faces. That's a good sign. And Sister Ayat needs to unmute herself. So we want to go ahead and welcome everybody to this 2020. This is the Hopkins UMA virtual graduation. Thank everybody for making it. I'm going to go ahead and start it officially. Hold on a minute. Okay, if you're not on, can you mute the microphone, please? It sounds like somebody's putting on. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start. Right. Okay, thank you so much for coming. I don't know who's on this. Inshallah, computer. Yeah, I have you. I got everybody in. Somebody's microphone is real dark. If you don't mind, mute everybody real quickly. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start us. If you guys don't mind. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the virtual graduation. I'm your host, Preacher Moss. Congratulations. This is for all of you who have struggled and survived and got those degrees. Your mom and dad are proud of you, but at the same time, while you're here, they're probably moving your stuff out and getting ready to rent your room. All right. So we will start officially. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So the way our program is going to be, we want to welcome everybody who is coming in. We have people in the private chat. There you go. Is my audio better? Have somebody in private chat. Okay, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. So we want to start this out. Imam Tariq is going to, inshallah, be with us a little bit later. Alhamdulillah, he was nice enough to send us a message. He's very proud of you, as am I. I did graduate college. I didn't graduate Johns Hopkins. I think the closest I got to Johns Hopkins was actually getting sick and going to the hospital, but that's a whole nother story. So for the most of this part, we're going to have some speakers that are going to be joining us, inshallah, and then we're going to have some entertainment for folks that are going to be joining us as well. So the first thing we want to do is have that message from the Imam. I'm going to bring that up just for a moment. And as we do this, I want everybody to feel free to join in on the private chat. If there's anything technically, let me know, because this is not a perfect situation, as we all know. However, I think that we will make it as great as we can make it, inshallah. So hold on a moment. Okay. Okay, I have to just put the Imam in the queue real quick. I don't know what dropped out of there, but I will handle that. Not a perfect system, so I always tell people, please be perfect. Be patient with me, because I am not Mr. Technical, but I do work hard. How about that? Okay. And back here.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure to be a part of the Johns Hopkins University Muslim Association Eid celebration and senior send-off. I want to open, inshallah, with the Al-Fatiha, its translation, and then I have a message especially for everyone today in attendance. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. That is, with God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, all praises are due to Allah, the guardian evolver, the cherisher and sustainer of all systems of knowledge, all worlds. The merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, the sole judge on the day of religion. We worship you alone, and we turn to you alone, begging assistance. Guide us on the straight way, the way of those on whom you bestow your blessings, not those who incur your wrath, nor those who go astray. Ameen. Again, assalamu alaikum. I want to take the time out to first off say it has been a deep pleasure and honor to serve you this school year. We've had a remarkable school year, and we've been faced with some challenges that none of us foresaw. We've had a momentous year occasion welcoming a new board. We've had the Islamic Awareness Week. We've had the ice skating with JHUMA. We've had halakas and JHUMA khutbahs, and we've been building a community of solidarity. We've been faced with the unexpected and unprecedented pandemic, COVID-19, that sent us home early. But in that, we came together as a community, and we were able to come together for a Ramadan program that had every weeknight. We got insight from the Quran and scholarship from a variety of different scholars and teachers. We've also come together and we've put together a wonderful Eid celebration, a wonderful way to send off our seniors, something that we would have done in person. But we thank you for joining us. And the message I have is this for our seniors. I want to take the time to send you a personal message to each and every one of you, congratulating you on a momentous achievement. You are now a graduate of Johns Hopkins University. Alhamdulillah. I want to say this. The world today needs you. These times require thoughtful, faithful, talented, and accomplished individuals like you with the courage to meet the challenges of today. What is needed now, more than ever, are leaders who have a fundamental moral compass that guides their decisions. You have a tremendous opportunity now to change the world for the better. May Allah bless you to fulfill your ultimate potential and exceed your loftiest aspirations. I leave you with this ayat of the Holy Quran that summarizes what I hope you have gained from your experience with JHUMA here at Hopkins. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. صدق الله العظيم. Surely Allah the Mighty speaks the truth. This is from the third surah, Surah Al-Ali Imran, the family of Imran, the 104th ayah. It's somewhat of a mission statement for our organization. It says that, and let there arise out of you a community, enjoining what is right, inviting to all that is good, enjoining what is right, and forbidding what is wrong. These are the ones who will be successful. This is what I hope you gain from all the experiences you had over the years here at Hopkins, especially with the JHUMA organization, that you know that this organization is encouraging you to, and inviting you to be a part of that community, a community that is inviting to everything that is good, that enjoys what is right and forbids what is wrong. And this is what will establish your success in whatever your endeavor is in the future. If I, or the office here at Hopkins at the Center for Religious and Spiritual Life, IFC, if we can be of any help or assistance as you continue your path, please don't hesitate to ask. And I strongly encourage you to consider working with your other peers or recent graduates in order to coordinate, create, and organize an active JHUMA Alumni Association formally. This will allow you to continue to make a positive contribution to the community here at Hopkins, the future JHUMA students, as they matriculate through this Johns Hopkins University. It has been an honor to serve you as the assistant chaplain of Muslim life for this year. Working with you or getting to know you in the process has given me great inspiration and hope for our future. May Allah continue to bless you and guide you in all that you do. Assalamu alaikum. Enjoy the program.
So we have more people coming on the broadcast. I'm going to start bringing more folks in. Well and good. Oh, actually, all right. So we have a lot of graduates on, alhamdulillah. I'm probably going to remove myself here in a moment. Okay. And so the way our program will work is we're going to do some testimonials, but we're also bring in some student work. I'm very happy with the video that the students turned in, which was a bit of it was kind of a flashback to some of the stuff that they've done and some of the things they've been working with. If you will allow me just a moment, I'm going to go ahead and refix this video, if you guys don't mind. Stop. And so the thing that's really, really important for this video, and I thought I really wanted to share that with everybody, is the fact that while we're going through some very, very difficult times, unprecedented times, people use that word a lot, but sometimes it has to do with the fact that we're facing new challenges. And it's not necessarily unprecedented, it's just that it's the level of challenges and the anxiety that it brings. One of the reasons why we had the virtual graduation was the fact that there was just a high level kind of down feelings about that whole idea about not walking across the stage. Myself, I graduated in 1988. So that was a big thing for me. And we really felt like we could do something beneficial that would be really helpful for the students. So one of the things we actually wanted to take a chance with, if you will, is I want to go ahead and just highlight some of the people, our graduating seniors. So right now I'd like to do that, and we'll be back. Just read. This is timed out a certain way. It's meant for you to read and reflect. So let's go ahead and do that.
Congratulations, seniors. It's been so amazing to get to know each and every one of you. And although we can't all celebrate together right now, I'm really wishing you all Ramadan Mubarak and Eid Mubarak in advance. And I hope you're all celebrating your amazing accomplishments with your families. And inshallah, you come back to campus in the fall or in the next couple years and we get to meet again. And specifically to the seniors that I worked with on board, Naisa and Mohammed, thank you for being such an integral part of our board. And I hope to talk to you all soon. Congrats.
Congratulations, seniors. Best of luck in your future plans, and thank you for making my first year at MSA amazing. Inshallah, we will see you all again soon, and I hope you nothing but success in the future. Thank you for all you've done.
Hey guys, I just want to say congratulations to Mohammed, Layla, Ijlal, Salma, Zoya, and Naisa for graduating. I know you guys are going to do amazing things when you leave college, and I'm really sad to see you guys go because you guys are some of like my closest friends, and yeah, Hopkins won't be the same without you, but go out and make the world a great place.
Congratulations, seniors. Good job for all the hard work. Thank you so much for making my first year here phenomenal. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for being so welcoming. Thank you for all the advice. May Allah bless you and best of luck in the future.
Hey guys, congratulations on graduating. I wish you all the best in the future. Hello, class of 2020. I want to wish you congratulations. This is a great accomplishment, especially in this time. And I know you guys are the best of your graduating class, and I wish you guys good luck for your future endeavors. May Allah be our guide. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, seniors. I'm so grateful that I got to know every single one of y'all, and I'm really sorry that this situation has taken a proper graduation away from y'all. But I know that you guys are going to do amazing things, and I hope that you guys won't be missing us too much, because we definitely will be. So good luck.
Assalamu alaikum. Congratulations, seniors. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors.
Hey, seniors. Congratulations on your huge achievement. Graduating from college is no small feat, and mashallah, we're all really proud of you and so grateful for the huge positive impact you have had on the Muslim community at Hopkins, and we wish you well in all of your endeavors.
Assalamu alaikum. Hey, seniors. Just wanted to give you a big congratulations for making it through 4 years of Hopkins and this pandemic. You guys are awesome, and I know we're all going to miss each and every one of you. Best of wishes in all your future endeavors, and inshallah, may Allah bless you wherever you go.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Congratulations on graduating. I'm so proud of you guys. Good luck in your next adventures. Have a wonderful life.
So I thought it'd be fun while we have a little bit of time for our speaker to actually have some of you're graduating, and it'd be interesting to find out what your plans are, what your dreams, hopes, or aspirations are. Some of the things you may have learned in college, some of the things you would like to share. Before we bring our speaker on, he's going to be in here in a few. So how about I bring in Sister Aisa?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're graduating, you're walking. Talk to us.
I'm not graduating this year. I am a freshman, but I'm really excited about the people who are graduating. Mashallah, like Sana said, graduating college is no small feat, and I'm really proud of all of them. And alhamdulillah, I've had a great freshman year because of a lot of the stuff that they put in place and they set into motion. So alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Sister Ayat, she hopefully somebody's with us. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Are you calling from the cave? Where are you?
Oh, is my voice distorted? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I think I have to mute myself or it's going to mess up with the speaking.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to have Sister Zoya. Can you unmute your microphone?
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
Absolutely. We can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Some of you may not know me because I spent this last year studying in Italy instead of being in Baltimore. But I guess just to share my experience with JHUMA and the 3 years that I was at Homewood. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who I worked with when I was on board, both as events chair and as president. Despite how frustrating and impossible some of the things we tried to do sometimes seemed, everyone really rallied together and supported each other in our various initiatives. Muslim community at Hopkins was really a family for me, and I'm really proud of everything we were able to do. And I really hope that sense of community we had can continue for future generations of Muslims coming to Hopkins. I'm really excited to see what the new board does, and I'm really excited to see everyone when I come back to campus. Hopefully, let's hope for Alumni Weekend in the fall. And in the context of what's currently going on, the current protests in the country, I hope everyone is staying safe and staying strong and adhering to our Islamic values in fighting for freedom. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well.
Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for sharing. Sister Layla, how about you? Let's unmute your microphone. Talk to us. Unmute your microphone. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. we can.
I'd like to say thank you for everybody who organized this. This is something that's really, really sweet. And these are unprecedented times, so something like this means a lot to us who are graduating without a real graduation and have to kind of pause and hopefully wait for a real one in the future. And I kind of want to reiterate what Zoya said at the end, with everything that's going on right now and sticking to our Muslim beliefs and fighting injustice as Muslims. I want to thank everybody in MSA board my year as well. Shout out to Zoya, our president, my year. It was really, really fun being on board, and there's a lot of people with a lot of creative juices, and I know the new board will have a lot of great events and have a lot of great initiative to put forth in the MSA for the future, and I can't wait to come back and see people again, hopefully, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get in, brother. We're going to get brother Muhammad in. He's all the way from Egypt. Is that correct? Are you ready, brother? Bam, there you go. Assalamu alaikum.
So I want to thank in general for making this experience one to the United States. I didn't know man for like the first 2 years, like very few on an MSA, like board or not board, just this, and provide me with parts I would never have without person overall. And
we're gonna work on your audio and just come back. We're gonna work on your audio and just come back, okay? All right. There we go. Sister Ajal, can we bring you in? Your mic is unmuted. Or it's unmuted now. We can hear
you. Is the audio working? Okay. So I want to take this time to say a really, really big thank you to JHUMA for everything that you've done for me for the past 4 years. The JHUMA has really been a focal point of community for me at Hopkins, and it helped me feel grounded in the entirety of my life instead of being completely consumed by academics. And it's really helped me make the best memories that I've had from my time at Hopkins. And not the least of them is this video, which is such a sweet idea. Thank you so much to everyone who organized it. And I think one of my best memories is, of course, the Ramadan that we spent together last year. And on that topic, Eid Mubarak to everyone. I know we didn't get to see each other this year, but alhamdulillah, you are all in my thoughts and in my heart. I don't think I can express really in words how fulfilling it was to be a part of JHUMA, but I hope you all feel the same, and I'm sure you do. And before, oops, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Before I end, I just wanted to say, in my days preceding college, a lot of people told me to learn to say no. I think that's what many people said, to make sure that your commitments are manageable, that your grades will not suffer, and to learn time management. So learn to say no to events and opportunities, to control what's on your plate. And they are absolutely right. But I think if I could hit a reset button back to my freshman year, I would also tell myself something a little different. I think that would be have the courage to say yes. To take advantage to as many opportunities and events that are interesting to you, to spend as much time as possible with the people that are closest to you, to surround yourself with people that support you. And alhamdulillah, MSA JHUMA is just rife with people who are waiting to support you, alhamdulillah. They're absolutely amazing. what I remember now are all the time, you know, not the nights I spent studying. I remember the times that I spent with people that are important to me and the people that I love. And all of those, nearly all of those, are my memories with JHUMA. So again, a really big thank you to such an amazing organization.
Well, I mean, this is for me. I don't know. I don't know any of the students. What I do know is education. And when I speak about education, I don't speak it in terms of a loose term, a loose vernacular, if you will. For myself, who I have a daughter, she's watching this somewhere along the line. But I just want to say I'm very, very proud of you. I'm going to tell you why I'm very, very proud of you. Because you're like my little brothers and sisters. There's a time in life where you realize that the future is behind you. It's coming up behind you. And as I see all of you young brothers and sisters, my dua, if you will. My dua is that you keep clarity on the things that are good in your life and the things that make people around you better. My job as a comedian has been over the last 30 years to understand the scope of not laughter, but charity. And when I say charity, it is to increase somebody's heart. So the same jokes I would tell on stage are the same jokes I've told to homeless people, the same jokes I've told to people in prison, people who eat food out of trash cans. That was the impetus of me becoming Muslim. And I would encourage all of you to indulge the best in you that Islam gives to you and share it with the rest of the world. Don't be selfish with those gifts. Your job is to realize your gift and give it away. And I would hope that all of you, wherever you are, whatever you do, you remain connected to your friendships, your family, your community, and to your Lord. Because in the end, we are community. So with COVID, it's been, it has been a little bit odd, I won't lie. But it still pushes the fact that we are family. So certain things didn't stop happening for Muslims. We didn't stop praying. Ramadan didn't stop. And we were back in the communities doing things like food drives and stuff like that. And I think it's important to recognize that that's a characteristic. That's one of the best things that we can do, understanding the power and the value of our service. So as you graduate, I know I'm older than everybody here, probably all your ages combined. But I want you to know that someone told me this thing a long time ago when I got my degree. Someone told me that you're supposed to serve. Someone told me that you have value. And I'll even go a little bit more specific, particularly with the sisters, young sisters. You have immense value. Don't ever let anyone take that away from you. Immense value. And when I say immense, it means the world is just waiting to find out how important you are. Okay? So let me try if I get Brother Muhammad back on briefly.
All right. Does it work now?
Oh, brother, it is beautiful.
All right. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So God, alhamdulillah, gave me 2 laptops. One of them has a working camera and the other has a working mic. So I use my phone, alhamdulillah. You make use of what you got the best way possible.
Man,
so yeah.
Beautiful, brother.
So I want to thank everyone in MSA in general, whether board or not, just every single person, because everyone together just made the community the way it is. And when I first came to Hopkins, I knew very few Muslims for my first couple of years, and like I knew that I always missed that. So when I got to know everyone in the community, everyone together, whether that be praying for Isha or going ice skating together, it was just a beautiful community overall, and it kind of supplied me with a part of the United States that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. So yeah.
Well, brother, I was just saying just how important you are. And sometimes you don't hear that in college. You hear about your major, hear about good grades, but there's a whole section of life that you're going to find and you're going to grow into. And one of the things I wanted to do, this was my idea of a graduation for you. I'm sorry it's not 100% the way it is. Allah knows best. You know, we live by intentions. But it's important that I get to see the smiles on your faces, the smile on your parents' faces. I'm a smile guy. When people are not smiling around me, I get nervous. And my job, not as a comedian, is to teach people how to laugh, but it's really to teach people how to smile, how to enjoy themselves. You know, graduation is a big thing. I mean, I remember my grandmother came to my graduation, and my aunt came, and she drank a little bit too much. She started breakdancing, and but it was family. And I just want you guys to know, while we didn't have the big graduation, I really like this right here. This is something that I could really, really get behind, inshallah. And I want to also say, I would appreciate everybody's effort because, you know, everybody has different lives. You guys are graduating. I'm sure you're putting out resumes, trying to get into schools, things like that. And I just want to take time to acknowledge all the effort. And they say manpower. I'm going to say women power and manpower that went into putting this project together. Now, we're waiting on our speaker. He's supposed to be rolling in here in a minute. But I want to, if you guys don't mind, I enjoyed the video. Can I show like parts of the video? Is that okay? Is that okay, team? No? Yes? All right. Oh, okay. What's up? Sister Nicer. We got one more. I'm sorry, sister. I'm going to have to take somebody out, but don't take it personal. Hold on a moment. Oh, let's see. Sister Nicer, thank you so much for coming to join us. Could you unmute your microphone?
Hello,
Salam
Assalamualaikum.
alaikum. How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah. So I guess along the vein that everyone was saying, I mean, JHUMA is something that it's unexpected in my life, honestly, subhanAllah. Like, I think I kind of joined by accident, but I guess there is no accidents in like if we're looking at it from Dean's perspective. But I don't know. Sometimes it's like if I had started all over again, I would probably have told myself to at least know my worth a little bit more. But I think at the end of the day, I'm grateful that I can, you know, be here with this community. And there's so many people who I don't really know where I would be without them, especially people that I've met through JHUMA, including Sana. Just people who have made me love Islam and like love Allah more. And I think that's, even though like the past 4 years have had a lot of good and bad, I think being able to come out of this experience, having people like that in my life, or just being able to come out of this still wanting to be Muslim, I think in this world, I think is valuable for all of us because it's not easy, I think, at all, going through college and wanting to assert your Muslim identity at all. Like, there's so many times when I wanted to run away from MSA, I wanted to run from Islam, but at the end of the day, I felt supported. I felt that there was someone by my side who I could confide in and talk to. So I'm just glad that I'm here, and I'm so thankful for the people who put this together over the summer and after Ramadan. Like, it's a lot. I know it can be a lot, but it all pays off. And obviously, thank you for being here as well. So yeah.
Okay, well, speaker is here. Give me a moment to bring him in. We had a few too many people in the queue. So let me give you a little, I'm gonna have to take somebody out real quickly and I'll bring you back in. So forgive me for that. Hold on a moment. Can I ask somebody to step out of the broadcast so we can bring our speaker in? Okay. Ayasat, I'm going to have you come out and then I'm going to bring you back in. All right. We're waiting on our speaker. Hold on a moment, everybody. Sorry about that. But to have a certain amount of people now. So if I have you. Okay. There we go. Okay. Brother Jihad, thank you so much, brother.
My honor and pleasure.
Yes, indeed. Let me give you a center screen. Sister Sana, I'm going to take you out and I will bring you back in, okay? Because we want to hear from you briefly. We want to hear from Sister Sana. Okay, beloved, you are up. You're ready to go. Okay, sorry.
All right. So we begin in the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. You're graduated. You finished your time there at Johns Hopkins, and I was looking over your choice of majors, and I'm prepared to talk about this challenging time that we're in. You're going into a world that is plagued by this pandemic and incredible job loss and challenges that face you. However, you are probably the most prepared generation to face this kind of challenge. I saw two of you are doing public health, which is perfect. And the other, some of the other ones, even the engineer is also doing leadership, which is phenomenal. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and some pearls of wisdom that I learned throughout my life's journey, and hopefully inspire you as you embark upon your professional lives and careers moving forward. So I'm an American kid from Arizona, growing up in Phoenix in the 70s with a name like Jihad, before Jihad was a known name in the ether. My mom's from Oklahoma, Christian American, Caucasian. My father is from Jerusalem, so I say my mom's from the Midwest, my dad's from the Mideast. That's a preacher Moss level, maybe. It's more of a dad joke. All right. So, but I, growing up, when I was ready to go off to college, I asked my father, who's an immigrant, and he didn't even finish college. He went into business and did other things, went into real estate. I asked him, I said, Baba, what should I study in college? He said, son, it doesn't matter what you study in college. You're Palestinian. You're going to go into business. So he wasn't much help. I was always good in math and science. So I actually started out mechanical engineering, like the brother who's graduating today, one of the brothers graduating today. But my heart kept, taking me in another direction. I did my freshman year of engineering, all my engineering courses. But I even though my dad's Arab, I didn't grow up speaking Arabic. They call it mother tongue for a reason. So I grew up speaking only English, but I found myself asking the big questions in life. What is the source of true inner peace and happiness? And so I tried taking elective courses that would teach me about Islam. And I saw that, I forget her name, the sister who also did Islamic studies in addition to writing seminars. That was my passion. I was trying to just figure out who I am, what's life about. I had a foot in different cultures and traditions and religions. And so I had met somebody who had studied abroad, who was himself from South America, but he was hired on as a local imam. He had just come back from studying abroad at the Islamic University of Medina. And he said, if there's a great opportunity. If you get accepted, you get a scholarship and you'll learn Arabic from scratch like he did. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna apply, and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna learn Arabic, and I'll come back and finish my engineering degree afterwards if I get accepted to this program. And I applied and I got accepted. So my sophomore year, I dropped out of college. I went and I studied for a couple of years at the Islamic University of Medina. I learned Arabic and did Islamic studies. And while I was there, we had a different kind of pandemic. We had Gulf War I. probably before most of you were born. And I was there. I got the acceptance letter to study Medina 2 weeks after Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait in the run-up to the first Gulf War, which is about a 6-month run-up. I think it was August of 2000 and I'm sorry, 1990. And then the war started in January of 1991. So way before you guys were born. And so I went, I said, I'm going to go. I know there's going to be a war that's going to happen there, but I figured Medina is safe. No one's going to bomb Medina. And I really wanted to learn Arabic and study the faith. And so I said, all right, I'm going to do it. So I went there. Everyone said, don't go, but I went there. And it was beautiful because I learned the language of the Quran. I was able to access, this revelation and the scholarship surrounding it. And I will never forget my second year. In my second year, I was there during Ramadan. It was about this time of the year, actually, because every 30 years or so it goes around the calendar. And so it was hot, and it was in June, I think. And I was praying at the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, and Hudayfi, who was a famous reciter at the time, was reciting during the Taraweeh prayers at the Prophet's Mosque. And it was such a moving moment because I could understand for the first time in my life the revelation in the original language. And it was so beautiful and moving. I said, wow, I found it. This is what I was looking for. And because it pierced my heart. And I began to reflect, what do I want to do with my life? I can go off. I was good in math and sciences. I can go back and go into engineering. But I looked around. I remember reflecting my freshman year and seeing how many Muslim engineers there were. And I thought, no one's going. And when I tried to take a course on Islam, no one was teaching it except for there was one course that was offered by someone who hated Islam, who was a non-Muslim Orientalist. And so I said, you know what? I know what I want to do. I want to go into academia so I can come back and teach those courses that I wanted to take as an undergraduate. And so I did. I came back. I transferred to UC Berkeley from my freshman year. I did at Arizona State University, and I majored in Arabic and Islamic history, and then I went on to Texas for my master's degree. But before graduating, I did another year abroad. I studied Farsi, Persian at the University of Tehran, and spent some time there. And in Qum, I'm not Shia, but I wanted to really learn. And Persian and that culture and that heritage is an important part of Islamic tradition and legacy. Plus, there's a lot of so who's doing international affairs and conflict resolution? Perfect, because I studied both Saudi Arabia and Iran. Now they're creating a regional conflict there. I didn't know at the time that it was heading in that direction, but I got to know a lot more about Saudi Arabia and a lot more about Iran, and I'm not surprised that we're in this predicament that we're in now with all of the bloodshed that we see directly and indirectly in those places, Yemen and Iraq, etc. But in any case, I did my academic year abroad, came back, got married my senior year at Berkeley, then went to the University of Texas at Austin, where I did my master's degree in Islamic jurisprudence, and came out to UCLA in 1999 to pursue my PhD in Islamic studies. And here's the moral of the story. So I was on track. I had planned out what I wanted to do, which is go into academia and become a professor of Islamic studies. And I was, a number of years into my PhD program. I was teaching at UCLA Arabic and Islamic studies as an adjunct through their extension program, and TAing, and I was doing great. I loved it. And then in 2005, 9/11 happened in the middle of that, but I was in the middle of school, and so opportunities to take some leadership in terms of explaining Islam to the media and to interfaith society, etc., was something that fell in my lap. But in 2005, something I was not expecting occurred. I was approached by the oldest and largest, the leadership of the oldest and largest mosque here in Southern California, called the Islamic Center of Southern California. It was established back in the 50s, so it was the only mosque back then in the 50s. Now there's 120 plus mosques here in Southern California. But they approached me and they said, we want you to apply for the position of imam. And I said, whoa, hold on a second. I'm I already have my future planned out. I'm going to become a professor and I'm on track and this and that. They said, yeah, that's great. You can still do, work towards that. But, we think that, you would be able to relate to our young people. You would, you literally and figuratively speak the languages of our communities. You can try it out. So I was very reluctant because I had heard all the challenges that exist working for the Muslim community, and a lot of expectations and very little appreciation. Preacher Moss can speak to some of the challenges of working with the Muslim community. So I had heard all of these stories, and so I was a bit reluctant, but I gave it a try, and I was very surprised. I found it very rewarding. The Islamic Center of Southern California was very professional. I think much more professional than most mosques, and I think that contributed a lot to the positive experience that I had. But also, they were an institution in a proper sense, where they had given birth to other institutions, whether it's the Muslim Public Affairs Council, the New Horizons school system. They had their own TV program back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, they were ahead of their time. And so, they said, we appreciate the fact that you're interested in academia and that you're teaching. I ended up also teaching at a law school part-time. So I still had one foot in academia, one foot in religious leadership. And, I was planning on finishing up my PhD and still going into academia, but, being engaged in community. Then I was approached, something else I didn't expect. I was approached by the president of a 130-year-old Christian seminary. And he said, I've been following, would you come and give the commencement invocation for our graduating class? This was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 2009. So I came, and it was a Christian seminary, but they had one Muslim graduating. Her name was Tahara Akmal. By the way, she ended up going out to Johns Hopkins. Her grandfather was the founder of the Islamic Center, by the way. Beautiful soul, African-American sister. She was graduating with her chaplaincy degree. She went on to become one of the 4 Muslim CPE clinical pastoral educators in the country, where she trains other chaplains now in the hospital setting. So anyway, but she was graduating that year, and so she had given my name. She was also taking a course with me at the University of Southern California on the Quran and the Hebrew Bible that I was co-teaching with the rabbi. And so she made the introduction for us. And so when I went out there, I made gave the speech. Sorry about that. The president said, I need your help. And I said, tell me. He said, Christian studies, Christian leadership is going downhill. The numbers of students are declining, and they have been since the 70s. No one wants to study Christianity because when you think of Christianity, most people, they did a study, they said that most people have a negative impression. Christians, they think that religion is used to divide people. It's, the self-righteousness and negativity, and most people want to be spiritual, not religious these days. And so he said, we want to reclaim the narrative for religion in this country. And so we want to partner with a Muslim seminary. And this was, again, this is way before Trump. He said, we want to reclaim the role of religion to be a force for peacemaking in the world. We want to prepare our Christian graduates to be peacemakers and work alongside Muslim leaders and Jewish rabbis and others to make this world a better place. And so we want to partner with a Muslim seminary and a Jewish seminary to create that culture in the very fabric of their education. I said, well, what can I do to help? He said, I need you to help me identify an accredited Islamic graduate school for us to partner with. So I said, well, that's easy. There are over 3,000 mosques in the United States, but no accredited Islamic graduate school. This is even before Zaytuna was around, which is an undergrad institution at the time. It just now started a master's degree. So Preacher Moss said I only have 30 minutes left. Thank you, Preacher Moss. So, 3 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes. So I said, we need one now. We need an Islamic graduate school. And he said, I'll help you out. I said, we can create, I said, I think we can create one. My 2 areas of expertise are academia and religious leadership, by coincidence, by divine fate. And I said, I think I can get this institution that I'm working for, which has given birth to other institutions, to help launch an Islamic graduate school, a freestanding, independent, Muslim seminary, graduate level. So he said, great, if you do that, we'll help you out in 3 ways. We'll give you accreditation by incubating you. We'll give you the startup funds, and we'll let you share all of our infrastructure and our facilities until you're ready to be, on your own. I said, wow, that's very Christian of you. And so we launched. We announced it 2010. Our first incoming class of 3 students was 2011. And, we've had about 150 students now come through Bayan. We had 16 graduates this year. And we're producing imams, Islamic school teachers and principals, chaplains for the military, hospitals, universities, and prison system. And it's been phenomenal. My point in telling you my story is simply this. When I was an undergraduate, I had a vision and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It took me going around the world to figure out what that was. But once I had it, I had crystal clear vision of what that future was. And you plan and God plans, and God's the best of planners. One of the things that I am grateful that I made sure to do, and I recommend that you also do this, is plan, prepare, but be open. Be open to opportunities as they present themselves. Keep learning. Grow your skill set. I love that the engineering student also is doing leadership. I love that. I love that the writing is also doing Islamic studies. I love the public health, which is multidisciplinary because it has to do with administration, it has to do with healthcare in general, and policy making, etc. I love that the foundation that you now have, but it's only a foundation. You have to build a beautiful building on that foundation, and continue to learn and be open to opportunities as they are presented to you by God Almighty. And when you are in tune, you will see God presenting you with opportunities. Be responsive, ask for guidance from God. He will open up for you pathways, and each one of you, I anticipate, will be playing a dynamic role in making not only your immediate families proud of you and successful and stable in futures and as individuals, but leaders who can transform this world and make this world a better place. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you in your life's journeys, that he is always present in your minds and your hearts, and that he is an inspiration for you in moving you forward and being the moral compass that informs all of your decisions. May Allah open up the pathways for you and bless you all. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And one last thing, Preacher Moss is one of the students at Bayan, and we can't wait for him to graduate. It's only taken him 15 years, but he's on track. He'll get there eventually, inshallah. And when he does, watch out. Watch out.
All right, love it. Thank you, man. Hey, Jihad.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Yes.
Oh, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.
And by the way, one of our trustees is right there in Baltimore. His name is Safir Rub.
Yes.
He's a leader there. Some of you might know him, but he's one of our trustees, and he's a beautiful, inspirational individual. May Allah bless you all.
I mean, also Johns Hopkins grad. Thank you so much, brother. So we want to bring in one of our students before I bring out our spoken word artist, if you will. This sister has actually was on the planning committee. I'm sorry I didn't get to her early, but we're glad to have her now. Sister Sana?
Hi, assalamu alaikum, everyone, and belated Eid Mubarak. I hope that, given the circumstances, everyone had a good Eid and was able to celebrate with their loved ones. I just wanted to say, thank you to everyone. Honestly, being part of the committee that put this event together was incredibly fulfilling. These seniors have put so much into the MSA and into making Hopkins a good experience and a nice place for all of us. I remember a lot of the people who first made me feel comfortable and welcome when I was a freshman were some of these very seniors who we're honoring today. And alhamdulillah, I've been incredibly fortunate to form close personal relationships with every one of the seniors who we are honoring today. And I would not trade those relationships for the world. I also want to thank Preacher Moss, Imam Tariq, Aisha, Ayet, and Maheen, who were all involved in like putting this event together, because without any of them, like this would not have happened. It was, and I really want to thank especially the students after, you know, I think it's really difficult to do stuff after the semester has ended. And I'm so grateful that you guys were willing to, you know, work hard and continue working hard a little longer for our seniors. But yeah, seniors, congratulations. Like, I love all of you. You guys are so amazing. I've been so fortunate and so honored to have known all of you, from the people who I worked with on board, including Layla, Nisa, Zoya, and Mohammed, to the people who I, you know, had classes with and grew to know as like friends, and JHUMA members like Ijlal. I'm just so grateful for all of you. All of you are going to do amazing things, inshallah. I have no doubt in my mind, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you on the straight path, and bless you in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother, so much, Sister Sana. Definitely worth the wait. We appreciate you. As I said before, I literally appreciate everybody that's actually on the broadcast, and just the energy, the spiritual, the good spirit, the good, well-natured. You know, we put these things together, and we say, you know, inshallah, it works out. And every once in a while, actually not every once in a while, a lot of the times it works out. And this is one of the times it's really worked out. We have a special guest. This is something a lot of the little graduation did have. We have a special guest. We have a spoken word artist. Let me give you a little bit about him. He is a student as well. He attended school, university, I believe it was Temple University in Philadelphia. He is a student at Al-Azhar. And because of the COVID virus, we actually get him to be on our telecast, if you will. It's hard because he's like my little brother, you know, and you better be careful about bragging about your little brother. But Yusuf Krona is an amazing individual, and I've seen him grow over a number of years, and he's evolved into several things. Number one, a young leader. Number two, a father. Number three, somebody who inspires and leads. And I thought it was really, really beneficial to bring him onto the telecast today. And he's going to speak to you, and I really don't want anybody to miss it. He's going to speak to you. He's going to share some information with you. He's a spoken word artist, but you know, I like to say he's a life artist. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce to you Yusuf Krona.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is an absolute pleasure and honor to be here. We always, forever and always begin with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله الذي علمنا من العلوم ما به كلفنا صلى وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه والمقتدي. Alhamdulillah, we always begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending salawat upon his messenger. I'm honored to be joined with you here today with our keynote speaker, Brother Jihad Turk. I can't wait to connect with him, mashallah. Beautiful brother doing amazing work. With my big brother, Preacher Moss, mashallah, he called me and asked me to be a part of this. And I told him that whenever you call me, I will always be there, because Preacher is one of those people that if my back is ever against the wall, I know I can call him and he will come through. So alhamdulillah, I want to talk today about doing it for the deen. As the students are graduating and going into the world and going into different fields of work and different fields of expertise, to always remind myself and to remind you to keep the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the forefront of everything that we do. There was a time in my life when I was graduating from college and beginning to pursue my career, and I had an opportunity to make six figures at a company. And I asked a mentor of mine, should I take this job? And the job wasn't necessarily a halal job, a Sharia compliant job, if you will. And he said, Yusuf, I'm not going to tell you whether you should or should not take the position. Rather, I'm going to tell you something even better. I'm going to tell you that if you choose to do something for the deen, if you choose a position that's going to be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and along the pathway of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you will always find khair, you will always find barakah in your life, such that Allah will give you the thing of this dunya that you will give you the akhirah rather, and He will make the dunya chase you. But if you do it for the dunya, if you forsake the akhirah and chasing the dunya, as Allah Ta'ala mentions in the Quran, أَلْهَاكُمُ التَّكَاثُرُ حَتَّى زُرْتُمُ الْمَقَابِرِ, that you will find those people who will chase the dunya until they meet maqabir, until they reach the qabr, until they reach the grave. If you choose to forsake the akhirah and choose the dunya, Allah will cause you to lose the dunya and you will lose the akhirah. So you will be a loser in this life and you will be a loser in the next. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from that. So from this quote, from this piece of advice that my teacher gave me, I wrote this poem. It goes, my body's in the dunya, but my mind is in the akhirah. Think about the coming of Qiyamah when they gather us. Think about the counting of my deeds when I added up. Heaven lies beneath my mother's feet. I pray that that's enough. Angels on my shoulder snapping moments like a camera. In and out of focus, gotta open up my aperture. What a son of Adam, but a calendar. What a son of Adam, but a passer, but a passenger. What a son of Adam when the mountains would be scattered dust. Yet we disregard death as if it wasn't coming after us. Thus, my body's in the dunya, but my mind is in the akhirah. Think about the coming of Qiyamah when they gather us. Think about the counting of my deeds when they added up. Heaven lies beneath my mother's feet. I pray that that's enough. My mind is an ever-expanding universe in unison with the uni. I was a star and crescent, even as a mere sparkle in the eye of my Ummi. I shine because I am her son, and it is always sunny for the Sunni. I strive to purify my inner garments, and they say I am a Sufi. And those have never been my words, but if I ever were, I would want to be somewhere in between Jalaluddin Rumi and As-Suyuti. Yesterday's garments fit me loosely. I am changing into brighter colors. I am turning over new leaves. I am bathing in winding rivers and drying in the cool breeze, clothing in the finest of robes, and it suits me. For God loves beautiful things, and I am truly favored. So I do it for the deen. I don't do it for the dunya. Now follow with my nafs. I'm just trying to follow sunnah. Most of us asleep. I ain't talking about Kailula. Talk about Aqidah and they look at me peculiar. Doing everything Allah forbade them in the surahs. Talking zina, combination, shirk, and even kufr. Lord have mercy with his coming of this ummah. They're filling up the prisons with them names like Abdullah, Malik, Kareem, Dehana, Zainab, bin Maimuna. Got me sick to my stomach and it's growing like a tumor. Started from Jannah, now we here in a sewer. Walking around like Toby because they stripped us of our kunta. Do it for the deen, I don't do it for the dunya. Now follow with my nafs, I'm just trying to follow sunnah. Most of us asleep, I ain't talking about Kailula. I talk about wealth and they look at me peculiar. Say we come from kings and queens. Ain't you heard of Mansa Musa? Black multi-billionaire. Look it up on your computers. It was written in the books. Now they're trying to remove us. Must have missed class hanging with them Ferris Buellers. Police beat us down. Don't take nothing to abuse us. Staring in the mirror, have us stiffer than Medusa. We always had the power. It's just up to us to use it. Always had to shine. Never needed Jacob jeweler. I swear by the creator of the solar and the lunar. There is only one God. And that insana la fi khusr. And I do it for the deen. I don't do it for the dunya. Now follow with my nafs. I'm just trying to follow sunnah. Most of us asleep. I ain't talking about Kailula. I do it for the deen. I don't do it for the dunya. MashaAllah. So I believe that every person, every individual ought to have a mantra, ought to have something that they live their lives by, a quote, if you will. So when I wake up every morning, my quote or my mantra, the first thing I say every morning, like religiously, is Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da matana wa ilayhi nushur. I begin my morning each and every morning by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me life after he gave me death. Because sleep is actually a form of death. Actually, the soul is taken away and is giving back every morning. So I said, Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana, the one who gave me life after he's given me death. And then I go into my mantra. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, Yusuf, you must do it for the deen and not the dunya. Because this dunya is something that's temporary. Even in Arabic language, dunya is linguistically means adana. As Allah Ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, أَتَسْتَبْدِلُونَ الَّذِي هُوَ أَدَنَا بِالَّذِي هُوَ خَيْرٌ. Allah says to Bani Israel, after Allah Ta'ala says that he sent them down from the heavens, manna wa salwa. Something very unique about Bani Israel is that whenever they wanted food, it's mentioned that Allah will send them directly from the heavens manna and quail. Like, let's just say chicken in our language, chicken and turkey. Imagine if you're hungry and Allah just raining down from the heavens, turkey and chicken, whatever you like. Huh? Subhanallah. This is how they used to receive their bounty, their food. And if they had garments, they would receive one garment that will grow with them over time. This is Bani Israel. So they said, Bani Israel said to Musa alayhi salam, لَن نَصْبِرَ عَلَى طَعَامٍ وَاحِدٍ. They said that we won't be patient with this one food. We don't want chicken and turkey anymore. We want more. أخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض. That we want what's beneath the earth. We want. They gave Allah a list, like a grocery list. Basaliha wa fumiha wa adasiha. We want lentils, and we want all of these things, tomato, onions, and these things. Tell Allah we want this instead of that. So Musa alayhi salam told them, أَتَسْتَبْدِلُونَ الَّذِي هُوَ أَدَنَا بِالَّذِي هُوَ خَيْرٍ. Are you going to choose that which is lowly, i.e. that which is dunya, over that which is khair? So Allah has given us all an opportunity to choose between dunya and to choose between akhirah. To choose between that which is lowly, dunya, that which is temporary, that which is fleeting, that which is ephemeral, to that which is everlasting. وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. That which is khair, that which is good for you. And Allah knows that which is great for us and that which is good for us and that which is better for us, and that's the akhirah. So when you wake up in the morning, remind yourself to do it for the deen. And you don't have to be imam. You don't have to be a preacher, teacher, a scholar, a sheikh, a mufti to do it for the deen. You could do it for the deen being a mechanic. You could do it for the deen being a teacher, elementary teacher. You could do it for the deen being a comedian, being a poet, being a fashion, a fashion designer, a social media icon. Anything that you should do, it should be interwoven with La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So you should do it for the deen, don't do it for the dunya. Choose that which is forever, choose that which is greater than that which is lowly. So inshallah ta'ala, I'm going to close out with a poem, and then we can keep it pushing with some other speakers bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Bismillah. I am one with the one, too woke to close my third eye. The four chambers of my heart is a residence of God, built on the 5 pillars of Islam. The 666 wants to push me out the 6 conditions of Iman until I'm falling from the 7 heavens like my grandfather Adam fathomed me, sinking like an 8-ball for living like I had 9 lives. Now 10 toes down to earth, amazed. When I turned 11, I was already 12 years a slave, amazed by the 13th Amendment. But what they did to our ancestors pales in comparison to what they had planned for our descendants. At 13, Ibrahim was already facing 14 to life, or 15 to life. There was no sweet 16s, there was 16s. He was sent back and forth through a kite. 17 rakats in a day, praying just to make it to 18 because it feels like Palestine on these blocks. They killed my best friend Nasir at 19, only 20 minutes away from his home. That's 21 shots dispersed in his arms, legs, back in his dome. That's 22 teddy bears decorating a pole. That's 23 black boys dressed in all black, ready to seek revenge for his soul. That's 24 hours of paranoia. The streets are watching, no talking to cops or lawyers. OGs chanting keep it a Goya, the slur vernacular of the city. The blood of 23 African nations running through these veins that I still can't seem to shake this Southwest Philly. I write my rhymes from my memories of centuries past, from the griots and the jaylays beating drums in the grass. I'm still connected like a centipede, sipping a sap, not a fly, butterfly in the nook of the crack. I'm earthbound, but still looking to flat. Yeah, I'm Icarus in the high noon, melting the wax. A lyricist, black as licorice, spitting on wax. In my heart, I feel like Coltrane is playing the sax. And in my veins, there's a soul train beginning its tracks. An algorithm of my rhythm in black. Rhythm shakes my rigor mortis, gives me life to come back. What is my life without that? You can tell by how I walk, it's not the rhythm I lack, but I struggle when I'm given this fact that my blackness isn't beautiful, that my voice isn't acoustical, that I'm not a king from the tip of my toes, from the top of my crown down to my cuticles. I am blessed. I am black. I am a young king. And if they ask about Seth, tell them my bow tie fresh. But am I N-O-I? N-O. My brother's on the block, my F-O-I, and they waiting for their memo. I'm Malcolm Post Hodge at my back up in the tempo for the sake of what is karma. Hand whispers from the Gendo, tenfold. God gave me the strength to walk upon the light, but devil want me doing endo. Told that sucker N-O. Gave that sucker punch a power of a Kimbo, but slip. Oh shoot, counter punch up on my chin, go down, son of Adam, be forever super sinful. Got an envelope in the mail, red scholarship to tempo. See the winking owl, wow, Illuminati symbols. 100K in student loan sticker for your window. College educated, but can't even pay your rent though. You know what I mean? It's like the means don't justify the end. So after Charlie Mack, I'll be the second out the limo. Like yo, take this demo, listen to this intro. Poet under 30, getting 30s cause my pen dope. Now that I'm on fire, everybody give me Now that I'm on fire, everybody watch me kendo. Fellas give me dap and the sisters give me dimples. It's funny, they wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So I'm all about my Urkel and the Winslow. Get it? Family matters. I do it for my kinfolk. For them, I get the paper like a customer at Kinko's. And oh, they like my lingo. To ball from say my dingo. To Kalimu Arabiya, the language of the gringos. Must be the reason I'm seasoned everywhere the wind blow. Must be the reason they're grieving everywhere I answer like, yo, you're fresh to death. Yeah, I thought you knew that. No, must be a new jack. I'm a cool cat with the cool cap and the cool Hans and the suit rack. When I step in, like who that? He is real, like where the Jews at, where Palestine is. I'm where the news at. Check a dude sat. Any dude that think being cool is having 2 chains and 2 gats. I'm where the youth at. Now put that wherever you keep your truth at. Now put that wherever you keep your truth at. Now put that wherever you keep your truth at. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Thank you for the opportunity. Barakallahu feek. Preach. You can take it away, inshallah. For those of you watching, shameless plug, I have a book of poetry, Son of Sun and Moon. That's a collection of poetry surrounding lights and overcoming darkness, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So thank you, Sister Layla, and the chat, mashallah, and all of the amazing people that helped organize this beautiful gathering. And before I leave, I want to remind you all to stand up against oppression. We all know what's happening in the country. We all know what's happening in the world. It's a tough and trying time, particularly for Black people in America. So I don't care if you're Arab, if you're Desi, if you're Chinese, if you're, whatever you are, stand up for your human rights. And this isn't about race politics or anything. This is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is that whenever there's an oppressed person on the face of earth, that he will stand for them. There was a time when there was a Jewish procession of Jews that were going by, a funeral procession that was going by, and all of the Sahaba remained sitting. And the Prophet ﷺ stood up and they asked him, Ya Rasulullah, ma hadha? What is this? He said, isn't this a Jewish man? And he said, is he not a human being? Is he not a human being? Is he not Bani Adam? And so the Prophet ﷺ was not sent to Muslimin. He was not sent to the Muhsinin or whoever the case may be, or just to the Arab or to brown people, whatever the case may be. He was sent rahmatan lil alamin. He was sent as a mercy to all of creation, not even just human beings, to ants and mice and roaches and mosquitoes. He was sent to everything in existence as a mercy. So when you see your brother being oppressed, when you see your sister being oppressed, when you see your friends and your cousins and your colleagues being oppressed, don't sit in silence, because silence is an act of betrayal. So stand up. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you see something wrong, you need to change it with your hands. If you cannot change it with your hands, change it with your voice. And if you cannot change it with your voice, then hate it in your heart. And know that is the weakest form. That is the weakest form of iman. So I ask you all to stand up on behalf, even if it's just posting, or if it's just reaching out to your brother and saying, I got you. I see your struggle. I see your oppression. And I recognize you in the fullness of your humanity. And I am standing beside you. Because when it comes to Palestine, we are standing for Palestine. When it comes to Syria, we have stood for Syria. When it comes to Kashmir, we have stood for Kashmir. When it comes to Rohingya Muslims, we have stood for those. When it came for the Muslims in China, we have stood up. And we will continue to stand up proudly without you ever asking. So now it's time to stand up for us. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh. Hold on. All right, Seth, man, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you for coming on. Wow, that was powerful. How'd you guys like that? Any reaction? Okay, no reaction. I thought it was amazing. Just really, someone who, he hasn't been out of school that long. And here he's made this pathway. We talk about pathways when you leave school. Some of you may not know this. I didn't start out being a comedian when I left school. I work with youth. I work with trouble kids, and then I wound up teaching severely emotionally disturbed kids for quite a number of years. And Allah blessed me to do comedy all the while I was doing that. So, you know, we can all help, and I hope we do. So we're gonna dip back into our slides. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna bring up the senior superlatives, if you will, and I hope everybody enjoys it because this is a great slideshow. So bear with me because I have to bring this off of PowerPoint. Okay, that was way too fast. Were you able to even see that? Was anyone able to? It was. Can you give me a minute? I'm gonna fix it because it wasn't on the slide. I think we ought to see it in real time. Give me a minute. Hold on a moment. You guys can talk in the chat room. Give me just a moment, please. Guys and ladies can chat and talk in the chat room. Okay. Okay. All right. What's in? Did the superlatives come up? I'm just going to ask everybody. Did the superlatives come up? No? We'll go through them again. Right now we have Imam Tariq. He's back here. He's live. So we're going to bring him in, everybody. Let's welcome in your chaplain, your Imam Tariq.
Assalamu alaikum. Good to be here live. Hope you all enjoyed the video from earlier. Yeah, this has really been an honor to work with you all this year. I'm very, very proud of you all. In this office where I serve as the assistant chaplain with our
And I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, Imam, he's definitely frozen. Imam Tariq, when you get a chance, come on back in. But I just want to, while we have, let me see here. I think he's still frozen, everybody. Let me see if I can bring that slideshow back. Let's try it one more time. Forgive me for the last time. I thought I've run through this a couple times and it seemed like it was working. But Allah knows best. Too fast. So we got Imam Tariq. We're gonna bring him back, everybody. Apologies, I had to do it by hand, so I just try to keep count. I love the slideshow. As a matter of fact, it's a beautiful thing. Alhamdulillah. So we're gonna try and bring Imam Tariq back.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry about that. It seems like I froze. I don't want to take any more time away from the celebration, but I know that you all have prepared those approaches that look pretty amazing, very thoughtful, very funny. and I'll let you continue with the program. Congratulations again to the senior class.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Okay, we're just waiting on our Nasheed. Hold on a moment. Make sure he's in the queue for us. He's doing 2 tracks. Just having some problems with his internet. So bear with him. He's actually calling from the UK. Our Nasheed today is Adam Ali. So I think it's fun every once in a while to do a little bit of thing. I would like to show you the CD as a gift I would like to be giving to you for your graduation, if that's okay. It's a comedy CD called Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. I'm actually going to okay, well, Imam wants to go ahead. We'll do the video. Is that correct? That's what he's asking for. We'll go ahead and keep on with the video. So hold on a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Our Nasheed is here. Imam, go ahead and bring the Nasheed in because he's calling in from the UK. And I'll run this trailer so we can keep things moving. Alhamdulillah. Why would I do a CD called Confessions of a Muslim Comedian? And that was the idea of bringing entertainment to Muslims, for Muslims, about Muslims, but for everybody. I got Dean in my life. Who is Dean? Now Muslims get you all hyped up. Like, he's like, brother, you ready to be Muslim? I said, yeah. He said, you know what that means? I said, tell me, brother. He said, you ready to give up the swine? I said, yes, sir. I'm giving up the swine. He said, are you ready to give up the alcohol? I said, yes, sir. I'm ready to give up the alcohol. He said, you ready to give up the women? I said, yes, sir. I'm ready to give up the alcohol. So we're a little bit back on track. That's just a track from the thing. It's really a celebration about Muslim life from my perspective. And I hope everybody enjoys it because I will be sending it to you along with some other things. We have our singer in the queue right now. What I like to do is go ahead and bring him on and then close it out because he is over in the UK. So he didn't come over here, but he made a special contribution, and you'll also be getting a copy of his sheet. So we're gonna go from that. Hold on just a moment, and we're gonna keep it going. So let's welcome everybody. Adam Ali from the UK.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Alaikum assalam, man. So glad you could make it, brother.
Thank you.
You can see we've been waiting on you, brother. This is the easiest trip you had to make it to the United States, no immigration.
I know, so much cheaper.
Came straight through the screen, man. I wish it could happen like that all the time. But listen, this is a very special group of people that you're about to entertain. Johns Hopkins is a prestigious university, but more importantly, it doesn't matter if it was Johns Hopkins or Johns Hopkins Trucking School. I'm talking about just the will of the people to get up and do good things. I think this group of people is extraordinary, and I think they're going to do some great things in life. So I won't hold you because we have a little bit more program left. But ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the nasheeds of Adam Ali. There are no instruments. There are no bands. So this is how you pretty much grow up singing, like in your house with no music. So alhamdulillah, everybody, enjoy. Okay, brother.
I would like to start off by saying congratulations to everybody graduating. I have actually heard about John Hopkins, and it excites me to be able to perform in front of you. I actually had a piece ready with music and non-music, but I'm guessing the theme of this is just non-music, so we're just gonna go with that, inshallah. I hope you enjoy it, and there is going to be an available free mixtape to download for you guys at the end of this, inshallah. I'll sing and you guys see if you can recognize this song and who it's by and who's the quote from. Many nights we've prayed, injustice has took over land. In our hearts a hurtful song, maybe we'll understand. Now we are not afraid, we've learned to overcome this fear. We turn to the unknowing, search for a while, he was near. There can be miracles, why can't you see? This gift of life is by his will. Life is a miracle, why can't you see? If you believe, one day you will. One day you will see. I don't know if any of you guys guessed or could try and guess who that is, but if you didn't get it right, it's basically Mariah Carey, or I took Prince of Egypt, the song, but it's Mariah Carey. I hope you enjoyed that. The next one I'm going to do, inshallah, it's actually from the mixtape that we're giving away, and it's called Ya Mustafa. And inshallah, I really hope you enjoy it. It seems surreal. Here I was in the streets of Mecca, a cold chill down my spine, through my body, then left there. I scanned through the empty streets, the blessed kids played there. My heart jumps, my soul cries for the final messenger. I looked in places where I was so sure, trying to find in my mind from door to door. And I won't stop in my heart for what I'm looking for, 'cause I know deep inside what these eyes had saw. Ya Mustafa, sallallahu ala Muhammad, alayhi wa sallam. Ya Mustafa, sallallahu ala Muhammad, alayhi wa sallam. That is a track called Ya Mustafa. It's available on the mixtape for you guys. I'm gonna basically keep it short and sweet and end it there. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I would have loved to be on a bit longer. And it's gonna be on the website www.adamalinasheeds.com. The album's up there right now, but the mixtape, it's up there, but you won't be able to download it before a few hours tonight. So please go on there. It's a free download. You can support me on my album as well. But inshallah, I'm giving away a free mixtape and it will be up there within about 12 hours ish. So please go and check it out, and I'm going to take it back to you. Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, Adam, man, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you coming through and showing out for the Johns Hopkins graduates, man. That's big stuff. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations again to everybody. And mashallah, may Allah, give you the ability to keep up the great work and really make an impact for the future of Muslims.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you much, beloved. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So we're going to flip over to the slideshow. I think this properly prepared, inshallah. So here we go. So hopefully it worked out that time, inshallah. So what we would like to do is confer. Hold on, someone. Thank you. We would like to, inshallah, at this point in time, call the names of the graduates. Some of them are not here, but I would like to, inshallah, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but I'm very happy and I'm going to be calling people up and I'm going to bring your screen up if you don't mind. Oops. That's funny. So first off, we want to say thank you again and we appreciate your contribution. I'm going to call people up randomly and I'm going to bring you up on the screen if that's okay. I'm doing things. We'll start with Sister Salma. Sister Salma is not here. Did we have someone who's going to speak on her behalf? Or would someone like to say something lovely about Sister Salma? Hold on a moment. My notes are here. Yeah. Let me hold on a minute. I'm trying to find that. If you guys can give me just a moment. All right. Sorry about that. I am sorry. I'm trying to find. We have some quotes for dear sister. I'm not able to bring them up. So can we have somebody step up on the mic and speak for Sister Salma? Anybody? Okay.
Hey guys, just give me a second to move them up. So we collected some quotes from the friends and classmates of our lovely seniors, and this is what some of Selma's peers had to say about her. Selma is simply a vivid embodiment of a perfect friend that has an endless capacity to support their friends and understand them. Coming from a very different background to a brand new culture 1 year ago, I will be indebted forever to her for giving me a company I genuinely appreciate, constantly guiding and assuring me when I needed her the most, tirelessly listening to my boring life updates and my not very usual problems. Thank you for being you, Selma. And that was from Mezin. Selma, your beautiful presence lights up a room, and you are the baddest bee I have ever met. I am so glad I got close to you and can't wait to see where you end up in life, be it in Baltimore or in Egypt. And that was from Mehek.
Okay. All right. I'm up to speed here. We have Brother Muhammad here. Muhammad has a lot of stuff. He's well known.
Yeah.
Muhammad, you bring life, joy, and laughter wherever you go. Every great memory I've had at the MSA, I recall you being there with your beautiful, slumptuous smile. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I'll go with it. We all wish you the best, and inshallah, you keep bringing happiness with you wherever you go. That's from Kareem. Another quote, Muhammad is one of a kind man. He is one of the most genuine people I've met since coming to Hopkins, and being friends with him definitely made my first year better. From lifting together to chatting about theology, being around him was a pleasure. Muhammad showed me that he was refreshingly open-minded and that he was knowledgeable about all sorts of things from the nature of kung fu, dojos in Cairo to the nuances of hadith interpretation. He cares about people a lot, visibly in how passionate he is about the MSA and how he's willing to laugh with everyone. He will make a very talented engineer and will continue to be a source of charismatic leadership and constant entertainment for whatever community he is a part of. All right. Sister Nisa, let me get you up here. Okay. Well, she's not there, but Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Would you like for us to read some beautiful quotes for you, sister?
Sure, inshallah.
Sister Nisa, you are one of the most collected and kind people I've met. I've enjoyed getting to know you in different roles, from board member and classmate to lab partner and friend. I'll always cherish our trip together to the National Aquarium and the delicious Afghani meal we had after. You're extremely strong and caring, funny and a true leader. JHUMA would not have been the same without you, and I'll never forget the iconic duo. You've always been there for us, and you didn't let senioritis get in the way of being our first and best chaplain liaison. I'm blessed that I met you, and I'm inspired by your determination. May you continue to grow into a strong individual, and may Allah give you the best in this world in the next, inshallah. That's from Michelle. Got another one. You want to hear the other one? I'm going to give you the other one. Nicest, hands down, one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She has dedicated so much for JHUMA. She has been on board for 3 years and has been absolutely indispensable. The MSA would not have survived without her guidance and wisdom. Even when things were tough, she always worked for improvement in the community. She was one of the first Muslims at Hopkins to talk to me when I was a freshman. I can still remember the chai chats where we would sit and talk about all sorts of topics. I've benefited greatly from her mentorship when I was on the MSA board, but I've benefited even more from her being a friend. Nice has been an unyielding pillar of support in my life. She's incredibly loyal and kind. She is strong, brave, and intelligent. She's a role model and inspiration to me in a way that she does not let anything or anyone get her down. I admire her for her strong faith and dedication to improving herself. Nice, I love you. Our talks about Islam, justice, character, and activism have taught me so much. I'm so grateful that I got to meet you, and I can't wait to continue these conversations with you in the future. You're one of my best friends and an inspiration to me. Thank you for all you've done for the MSA and for me. I know, inshallah, that you're going to do great things and make a huge impact. Congratulations on graduating. I will miss you, Sana. I think Sana likes you. I think you made it unpack. So we're going to go to Sister Zoya. Sister Zoya, are you ready? Yeah, I'm doing a good job. You know I can't read. No, I'm just kidding. Sister Zoya. Zoya is currently one of the most genuine, kind-hearted, and selfless people I've been most fortunate to have met at Hopkins. Graduating in 3 years from the number 10 university in the world, direct admission into SAIS Bologna, star intern on the Hill. For all the eligible bachelors out there, if you're looking for a beauty with brains, you know which DM to slide into. I didn't write this. Okay.
Thank you.
Disclaimer. Latte pumpkin spice latte costs from Starbucks. This is the definition of kind, nothing but the very best. May Rabtallah Ta'ala bless you with his absolute finest. That's Umar. U-M-E-R. Zoya, you've been in my life from the day I was in diapers. So it's definitely not me. All right. You've stepped by and guided me through the ups and downs of middle and high school, and even college. You're generally one of the sweetest and kindest people I know, and I wish you the best in whatever you do. I miss you so much when you're gone, And I know everyone at Hopkins will. Mihak, I think we have Mihak on here. Can we interview Mihak?
Mihak's here.
If she's here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to bring her up. Mihak, you want to talk about this individual briefly?
I think you're on mute.
Take your mute off. I think you're on. Okay. Wait, well, that didn't work out. We'll be back to you.
That's okay.
Okay, we'll be back to you. We have some other folks. And we have Sister Layla. We got you. You are front and center. Okay. Sister Layla, we got a few people. You got a lot of people that like you. Can I do two? Inshallah? Okay. Congratulations, Layla. I am so blessed to have been in the same biostat section with you, as you. From the first couple of times we hung out, I felt like I had known you for years. I love how committed you are to personal growth, having a good time, being impactful, and above all, being an ethical Muslim. Alhamdulillah. You always go above and beyond to create new memories, organizations, and experiences while never faltering on who you are. In fact, while always pushing yourself to grow, I pray that you continue to evolve and achieve everything that is best for you, Sumera. Your next one is, congratulations, Layla. I am so proud of you, and I know that you're going to achieve amazing things. You're so unique, an original thinker, and always there for people, especially since those people are the luckiest because you always put in 100% for the people you care about. You always know how to have a great time and a good laugh. I'm going to miss you so much, and you will never know how much your friendship, intelligence, and presence has affected me. You're so inspiring, a force to be reckoned with, and have such a kind soul. That's from Sister Hayat. All right. And I have two more. So bear with me, everybody. Like I said, I'm working both sides. So I'm going to get Sister Sana. Are you there? Oh, okay. So Sister Sana, let me pull yours up.
I'm not graduating.
Oh, no wonder you're not on here. Get out of here. All right. That's my bad, people. My bad. All right. So we're going to remove her from the stream. I know who is graduating. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sister, are you ready to hear about yourself? What people think about you? Okay, hold on a moment. Get your... Sister Ejlal. Ejlal, you are one of the most genuine people I have ever met. You approach every single person and being with kindness and humility. And I respect and admire that immensely. From your excitement over science and bugs to eagerly diving into material outside your major, to always being open to hearing different perspectives. I cannot tell you how refreshing your insights, curiosity, and kindness are. Ever since I've known you, I've felt so much warmth, joy, and laughter in your presence. Thank you for being there for me when I've needed you and for always being a ray of light in each conversation. Praying that the years ahead are filled with the best blessings for you, Samara. Another one. Ajala, you are one of the most intelligent and caring people I have ever met, and I mean that wholeheartedly. You have been my developmental psychology tutor, a shoulder to cry on, and a confidant and friend. I have enjoyed practicing my French with you, eating your mean salads, and hearing your words of wisdom. Your optimism is inspiring. Your command of language is impeccable, and your hugs are by far the best. I know you will make a compassionate and considerate physician one day, inshallah. We need more people like you in the world. Whenever I see you, my day simply gets brighter. May Allah bless you wherever you go, and may He give you the best in this world in the next, inshallah, Michelle. So we have quite a few comments here. So I'm going to go ahead and let everybody at this point speak. So, Ijal, if you don't mind, I'm going to have you speak, and then we're going to work backwards. Is that okay? So if we could keep it to 3 minutes of speech, we'll be okay. Can you unmute your computer, please?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
I don't know what to say. Thank you to everyone. I really can't express how much that means to me. Those are such sweet and kind comments. And alhamdulillah, I've been blessed with so many great friends and so many experiences with JHUMA. And I just wanted to say a really deep, sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, thank you to everyone who organized this graduation. This is much better than anything else than walking. Thank you. This is much better than anything I could have imagined. So I have sincere gratitude to every single one of you. And thank you for 4 amazing years.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to go to Sister Zoya next.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. So I guess just to reiterate what was said earlier and off what Ijlal just said, this graduation ceremony has a really special place in my heart. I think it's infinitely better than anything that we could have done maybe in person. This is really sweet, and I really appreciate all the effort everyone's put in to make this event happen today. And just in general, my life, and I'm never going to forget everything that we've been able to do together. And I'm just really excited to hug everyone, once the pandemic is over and once I see all of you. So thank you so much. Alhamdulillah for meeting you guys. Thank you.
All right. And we have a little special one. We're going to bring Sister Ayat in. She had some words for Sister Layla. So if you can just bear with me, Sister Ayat, could you come on in? And I have to take somebody out. I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. I'm going to take somebody out. Okay, you are up.
Hi. So I have a speech that I wrote for Layla, so I'm just gonna say it. Congratulations, Layla. Layla, you are an inspiration to me, and I am so lucky that we became so close. To say that knowing her and being loved by her is such an amazing thing in this world, and that is an understatement. She is so caring and has always been an empathetic and supportive person to me. She puts her heart into every friendship, conversation, and project that excites her. I always enjoyed our arguments about all the topics that we felt so passionately about. She always gives the best advice, and the ability to make someone feel comfortable and heard is just one thing that draws people to her. I love how our friendship grew into even more friendships between my roommates and other friends, which caused a big and loving family that met up every week to enjoy each other's company. She is so outspoken, and I will always admire her for her innovativeness and individuality. Those which stretch from creating her own magazine at Hopkins to starting her own gym obsession, which I will admit rubbed off on me. One of the memories that we have together that I love looking back at is when you, Sarah, and I celebrated your birthday by eating cake in the middle of the night. I love that you lived so close to me this year and that you spent so much time at our place getting to know each other and making even more memories. I love the poem that Sarah and I wrote for your birthday. I loved modeling for your class photography project, and I loved that we all enjoyed making me walk the streets in a huge Teletubby outfit. Her laughter and smile are contagious, and she is such a warm and interesting person. The way she speaks about her passions and future plans inspired me to also follow in those footsteps. The way she carries herself with such maturity and empathy is another reason that I am so lucky to be her friend. She has always been her own person, creating her own path, and we are also lucky that we can see her grow in her journey. To say that I know she's going to accomplish amazing and impactful things is something that I can say with 100% surety. Thank you so much for being in my life. Please stay in touch with me for the next year and for the rest of our lives. Congratulations, and I'm so proud of you, Layla.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we're going to come to Sister Nisa.
Assalamu alaikum, can everyone hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Honestly, like, this whole event is so beautiful. Like, I think graduating in a time like this was really difficult, and I think the past few weeks have been difficult for a lot of us, but this entire thing was so uplifting. So I really just want to thank everyone who organized this and put their effort into it. May Allah reward all of you just for honestly making my day. Like, this is so beautiful. I just want to share a couple of words that I wrote. Actually, 2 years ago, while I was on JHUMA board and while I was still really trying to find myself and my place in this community, practicing Islam in the US is its own form of resistance. We need to work on supporting one another internally as a part of our activism and as a part of defending our communities. To worship how we want and to worship in abundance and freely is an act of resistance in this current culture and climate. When we pray, whether in congregation and private, or especially in public spaces, we are disrupting the spaces we are physically in with our bodies to remember and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're fighting against the notions of only having time to work, to study, to make money, and to be productive by creating space and time for worship in this capitalist-driven society. So even though we're all graduating and moving on to becoming even more engrossed in adult life, creating space for being Muslim somehow, even though we're no longer part of this undergraduate association, I encourage all of us to still stay in touch, to still remember the community that we formed, because it is just always hard to remember a lot in our day-to-day just scrambles, but we're all here together celebrating with each other. And honestly, from every single one of the seniors who are here, who are graduating, I have, a good memory of you. I have something that I admire in you. And there's just so much good and barakah in this community, even though I felt very challenged at times being on JHUMA board for 3 years. But at the end of the day, I would never take back any of it. If I started all over, I would still do JHUMA all over again, because every single person has brought me where I am today and has taught me something. Oh, sorry. It's Asr time. So yeah, thank you to all of you, and Jazakallah khair for putting all of this together.
Thank you so much, sister. We're going to jump to Sister Mihak real quick. Mihak. Then we're going to go to Brother Muhammad. All right. Hold on a moment. Bring her in.
Yeah.
All right. You have to put your... we have to put your... can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there we go. We can hear you now.
Okay. I just wrote a little thing for Zoya. Zoya, congratulations. Firstly, you've accomplished so much in your time at Hopkins, and I know you'll accomplish more in your career. You're the definition of a trailblazer. You've inspired me to go to Hopkins. You created your own path outside of cultural stereotypes and gave me a home in college. And watching you grow from middle and high school to college has given me an opportunity to see how you've matured and how you found your place in the world. Going out of state was one of the scariest things I did after high school, and the only thing grounding my decision was knowing that you would be my rock walk on campus. And some of my most treasured memories include our coffee chats after our MSA meetings and our dinners at Chambers. So thank you for always being a person that I could turn to and that so many of us can lean on as well. You aim to educate yourself on everyday matters and do your own research, which inspires me to always keep learning. Your passion, work ethic, and empathy, coupled with your drive for inclusivity and diversity, makes me know that you will succeed in any field of work you go into. So I'm wishing you the best in anything you pursue, and I hope you come back to Baltimore every now and then to visit us.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, sister. We're going to bring in Brother Muhammad. That was beautiful. Thank you. Muhammad, you there? Yeah, I think Muhammad is asleep. He left the old computer on. Okay. Let me take him out of there. Okay. So we're towards the end of the program. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Try to make it happy, flexible, and that's a work that I could with Imam Jihad Turk. Okay. Am I distorted now? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Sometimes I don't know, so I appreciate you. So I want to give you just some closing thoughts about comedy. I mean, not comedy, but a comedic understanding when you leave college. There's two words you have to hold in your heart outside of love Allah. Those two words are going to be student loans. So I would tell everybody, look, work as soon as you can to pay off your student loans. That's number one. Number two is enjoy life. All of you are somebody's baby. And I wish we could have the parents on, but all of you are somebody's baby. So from the time you were little, people watched you grow and progress, and you're at the epiphany now. You know, I'm 53 years old. I have a daughter that's 12 years old, you know, and it's really funny because I understand that in some regards, my daughter is way smarter than I am. At 53, she's only 12, but she's way smarter. But she lets me know that it's okay, that I'm not the smartest person in the house. You know, we were actually driving down the road one day, and essentially I got pulled over by a cop. I didn't know if I was speeding or not, but you don't want any problems. So I had my hands on the wheel, 10 and 2, and I'm looking ahead, and the cop pulls me over, and he's, you know, normal cop. You know why I pulled you over? I was like, I have no idea. You're lonely? I don't know. And he goes, the reason I pulled you over is because you were speeding. And I was like, I'm not speeding. He goes, no, you're not speeding. He goes, sorry, sir. He goes, no. You were speeding, but more importantly, he goes, you were texting and driving. And I'm like, listen, I got pulled over for a lot of things before and dealt with it. I've never heard of the texting and driving pullover. And I'm like, dude, I was not texting and driving. He goes, yes, you were. I'm like, no, you weren't. He's like, yes, you were. I was like, no, you weren't. It gets into a big argument. My daughter is such a little activist. She just jumps in the middle of it. She goes, Mr. Officer, you are wrong. And I was like, alhamdulillah, go ahead, girl. And she's like, no, Mr. Officer, you are wrong. My daddy was not texting and driving. I was like, alhamdulillah. She goes, he was reading his emails. I was like, Jesus. And every challenge actually isn't a challenge. You know, some of you will grow to do great things. Some of you do amazing things. Just keep a good sense of humor. I personally, you know, as a comedian, particularly Muslim comedian, that's one of the hardest things, you know, we could do in our community, to be a comedian. Because you know how people are. They like careers, you know. Allah made me a doctor, alhamdulillah. Allah made me a lawyer, mashallah. Allah made me funny, astaghfirullah. That's the way it's. And I think the fun part of it is we all have a piece of understanding that we can share at some point in time. You know, I have the blessing of being able to go throughout the Muslim community and find out all the different facets of the Muslim community. You know, one of the greatest things that happened to me when I became Muslim was the fact that basically I fell in love with the religion and I didn't even join. What it was I heard the language. And I say the language of the Quran is so powerful. Not even the Quran, just the greetings. Like, you don't know this, but in the African American community, you know, Islam is still very, very cool. It's extremely cool. Like, I got pulled in to Islam just by the words. Like, I could be kind of Muslim without being Muslim. Like, my 3 words, I was sort of like a fake Muslim before I became Muslim. When I say fake Muslim, I learned some terminology. The words I learned were Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, and I used to say them together. I used to run up on people, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. They'd be like, that's my part. I'm like, shut up, I'm new. The other word I learned was the word kefahalik, and I wore that one out to death. My mom was like, baby, I need to talk to you. I was like, kefahalik, mama. And she was like, I care for alcoholics too, baby. The word that got me in trouble was the word deen, spelled D-E-E-N. I didn't fully know what it meant, D-E-E-N. Now, you guys know deen means faith. That's fine, and it's beautiful. I didn't know. Fast back a little bit. When I became Muslim, brothers and sisters, you know, it was a part of a thing. You know how people talk you into it, and I was ready to become Muslim. I wasn't ready. I was ready, and I'm in the masjid one day, and a brother was like, you know, what are you reading? I'm like, I'm reading the Quran. He was like, really? I said, yeah. He goes, you want to recite something for me? I was like, yeah. What do you want to hear? I read Al-Fatiha. And he's like, brother, stop. He goes, that's the most beautiful thing I've heard all day. I was like, really? He goes, mm-hmm. He goes, have you heard of Shahada? I was like, what's Shahada? He goes, repeat after me. So I wound up becoming Muslim like 3 weeks ahead of time. So I wind up with the dilemma. I now have to sneak my Islam into the house because I didn't want to alarm my mom and give her a heart attack that I had become Muslim. Now, I know it would have been a big thing, but, you know, I hadn't talked to her about it. My mom and I are very close. So I didn't want to hurt her feelings because she's Christian then, she's Christian now. So what I did was, brothers and sisters, and it's very important about communication, I did not communicate well. I did not tell my mom I was Muslim. What I did was I left clues. The problem was I left very bad clues. Brothers and sisters, here are the clues I left to let my mom know I was Muslim. I stopped drinking, stopped chasing ladies, and I started hanging out with a lot of dudes. So my mom didn't think I'm Muslim. She thought I was confused. And then we were at a table. I'm trying to tell her I'm Muslim. She thinks it's something totally different coming out of my mouth. I'm like, Mom, I need to talk to you. She's like, you sure do. I said, I've been going through changes. She goes, not too many changes, I hope. I said, I stopped drinking. She said, that's good. I said, I'm trying to get my life straight. She goes, straight is good, baby. Straight is good. Jesus loves straight. I said, no, Mom. I said, I stopped drinking. I said, I stopped chasing ladies. The girls don't call the house anymore. She goes, that's good. I don't like any of them. I said, I've been hanging out with these brothers getting powerful information. He goes, is that what they call it now? So I get into a tussle and I'm like upset. I'm like, Mom, I don't care what you think. I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions. She's like, what are you trying to tell me? I was like, you can't change my mind. She's like, what are you trying to tell me? Talk to Mama. I was like, I'm a grown man. She's like, what? And I just yell out, Mama. She goes, what? I go, I got Dean in my life. And she's like, who is Dean? She's like, don't you bring Dean around here. I raised you better than that. Don't you bring Dean around here. I will kill you and Dean. Now, the worst part about it is she takes the wrong information and she tells my dad. Now, my dad is normally cool, great communicator, but in this case, even he was shook, brothers and sisters. My dad is normally a smooth communicator. However, when he heard this news, he came into the room. He wasn't smooth at all, man. He sounded like a car trying to start in the cold. What he wanted to say was, hey, son, what's going on? What came out was, hey, boy, don't look at me crazy. You gay? I'm like, nah, Pops. I'm that guy that said, Pops, I'm a Muslim. I'm like, I'm a Muslim, Pops. Deen means faith. Deen means faith. He's like, hold on a minute. Mary, you got it all wrong, woman. The boy seen a woman named Faith. And we love our community. I'm going to tell you guys a story. This is a funny story, man. When I first became Muslim, I just thought that people who really look Muslim were probably really, really practicing Muslims. So I wound up hanging with this guy. His name was Abdullah Black. Now the thing about Abdullah was, I thought he was a sheikh. He had a beard like down to his knees, like it was long and fluffy and black and shiny. Even on a cloudy day, it was shiny. Like if you put a microphone beside his beard, you probably hear music out of it, like oh. So I'm hanging out with him. I thought he was a sheikh. It turned out that Abdullah had taken his shahada maybe 5 weeks before me. So this is a case of the blind leading the blind. So we're hanging out, and there was 2 situations let me know that Abdullah may not be a sheikh, because I don't like to judge people. The first one was we were walking around Washington, D.C., and we heard the Adhan. And I said, Abdullah, that's the Adhan. He looked at me straight with a straight face. He goes, is that what that is? I was like, yo, you want to pray? He was like, why not? Now, people, I hadn't seen him pray the whole time we were hanging out. It happens. So we're walking to the masjid. The people see him walking the masjid. They get hypnotized by the beard, and they lose it. They're like, Sheikh, please, lead the prayer, lead the prayer. And I was like, Abdullah, I've never seen you pray. He's like, shut up, preach. They made me a sheikh. These people love me. And I hate to say it, man. He gets up in front of the people. Let me just cut to the chase. I was a part of the longest Asr prayer in history, people. He was just sitting in front of the people like for 35 minutes, like this. And he just looked back. He didn't even salam out. He just turned around. He was like, y'all good? I was like, now, reason number 2 let me know that Abdullah might not be a sheikh. We were hanging out. We got some food from a fish house named Andy's on Northwest Washington. We were eating, and he goes, preach, I like hanging out with you. I said, brother, likewise. He goes, no, man, I feel like I could be myself with you. I was like, brother, always feel like you could be yourself with me. He said, cool. The moment I said that, he pulled out a bag of marijuana like this. I was like, yo, whoa. I'm not ready to be myself like that, right? And we get into an argument because I'm a new Muslim. I'm like, hey, man, I know I'm new, but I know we can't do that. He's like, relax, man, we can. I'm like, no, brother, we can't. He goes, we can. Trust me. I was like, no, I don't trust you like that. We can't do that. He goes, preach, relax. He goes, this weed right here, this marijuana, this weed right here, relax. We can smoke. I said, how? He goes, this weed here is halal. I said, how is it halal? He goes, I bought it from another Muslim. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I would caution everybody to enjoy life. Don't stress out. Don't stress out. Every once in a while, you got to have a little joke. You got to have a little fun. Enjoy yourself. And understand that as you are citizens of the world, people are going to want to find out about you. I say this to Muslims all the time. You're very unique people. People want to find out about you. And I'm trying to do better myself. I won't hold you too long. I know it's 4:15. But I'm going to try to do better myself because, I fly for my job. And I know I can be a little bit cranky. And so I'm going to be honest. I'm not the best at giving dawah. Okay, I'm not a great dawah giver. I feel like with all the information that the FBI has and the CIA, if you don't know about Muslims at this point, the problem is you. Okay, so, and I'm trying to be better, but it's hard. Like my job, normally, I'm grounded right now because of COVID-19. But normally, I fly to do a lot of shows. You guys probably already know this. And when I have to take early flights. I'm a guy that takes very early flights. So essentially, I'm on this plane this one particular time, and I'm on an early flight. And what I like to do on an early flight is I like to make dua for myself and the pilot. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make dua, and this particular time I can't because the woman beside me, she's a white lady. That wasn't the problem. The problem was she was nosy. I'm trying to make dua, and I can't because the lady beside me is talking all the way through my dua. Like we're in a documentary. I'm trying to make dua. She's in the next seat like, oh, that looks interesting. What's he doing? What's he saying? Is he rapping? Why does a black man have his hands in the air? Is he robbing himself? So I hear this lady in the next room, and basically I'm trying to make dua, and basically I'm trying to pray, and it's just not working out. And I finish, and the lady just wants to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation. She looks at me. She goes, excuse me, sir. I was like, yes, may I help you? She goes, yes. You were doing something? I was like, I do a lot of things, lady. She goes, no, you had your, I knew what she wanted. She was like, what were you doing? Now, brothers and sisters, I could have told this lady I was just praying, but no, I decided to be super Muslim. I didn't tell her I was praying. I told her I was making dua. That's the way I say it, making dua. Every once in a while when I'm feeling myself, I add an extra syllable in it that's not there. I was making dua. This lady looks at me and goes, oh, what's dua? I'm like, I was praying to my Lord. This lady goes off. She goes, oh my God, you pray, I pray. We could pray together. We could have had a prayer circle. We could have got a blessing. And then she stopped. She goes, you are Christian, aren't you? I was like, not anymore. She's like, oh, wow. Wow. She goes, when'd you quit? I was like, this morning. And so she's quiet. And then finally the plane lands. She goes, can I ask what you were praying for? I was like, silence. I was praying for you to be quiet. Now, brothers and sisters, that concludes our program. You have been amazing. I'm sure you will be amazing. My dua to you is very simple. Please be the best that God has made for you and share that with the other people that God has made. My name is Preacher Moss. This has been a beautiful experience, and I pray that you forgive me for any technical difficulties. I was doing it by myself on a back end, and I pray that you forgive me for that. I tested it as much as I could, but Allah knows best. I inshallah that all of you had a great time today. You had a good program, and we gave you a good send-off. I know you didn't get the graduation. You normally got a Hopkins, doggone it. We try to do better than Hopkins. So that was my intention. So everybody, please, when you get up from your computers, if you're at home, I want you to hug your moms, hug your dads, hug your brothers and sisters, because they've been there for you. I give you a hug. I feel like hugging my computer. There you go. And I appreciate every one of you. May Allah bless you and guide you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Stay blessed. Allah is God. Keep it simple. Everybody love one, hug one. Preacher Moss.
Thank